Yeah, we get it. It's Jay-Z talking about New York City while you're in New York City. Oh my god, it's so meta. Who the hell cares? Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Amateur Sports Focus Podcast. I'm Kai, and I'm here to apologize for the fact that we did not, in fact, have an episode last week. And that's primarily my fault. I never scheduled recording with Frankie, plus I had midterms and everything going on, so it was just everything came together at once for us to not have a podcast, which wasn't great. And I know I promised you guys one every single week, but I dropped the ball on this one. But hey, we're starting back up again. We're going to have one from now on. So nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But there was a hell of a lot that went down in the sports world since we last spoke. Namely, the Green Bay Packers suck at football. How do we lose to the New York Giants and the New York Jets within the same 2 weeks? We are an embarrassment to what the Packers have. I can't even explain it. We lost to Daniel Jones and then Zach Wilson in the same 2 weeks. That makes no sense, and it should not happen. I thought that this was going to be Aaron Rodgers getting 3 MVPs back to back to back. He is running for Defensive Player of the Year at this point with how poorly he's playing. He's just a 3-and-out machine, and it makes no sense. He's never been like this throughout his entire career, and yet now he does it. Yes, I get it. He doesn't have a number one wide receiver, and his number one wide receiver is a rookie in Romeo Doubs or an injured Randall Cobb. Sure, that doesn't explain it, though. We still have a great defense. We have the best running back pair in the NFL, in my mind, and we can't get anything done. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And it makes me not want to watch their football games. Like, I got up and watched the game in London that they played against the Giants just for them to embarrass everything that I've ever held dear in front of my face. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. And then I think I'm done on that, but it's just Packers are disappointing this year. We can pull it out. I know we can. It's just we got to get our stuff together or else we don't have a shot because we're already at 3 losses on the season. Last year we had 4 in total. And if Matt LaFleur is going to keep up his 13-game win or 13-1 game a year streak for the first now 4 years, they better pull something together because I don't know how it's going to go after this. But yeah, baseball is getting pretty interesting though because we're now in the championship series, so we'll have the Phillies and the Padres, and then also the Astros and the Yankees. And the Yankees are just falling apart right now, which is what they do in the postseason. And it makes me happy as a Rays fan, in all honesty. But now that I'm in New York, I don't want to root for the Yankees, but I don't really care if they actually do well as a thing because they're a fun team to watch. I love Aaron Judge. I love most of their hitters, actually. But at the end of the day, they are still the New York Yankees, and that I do hate. But the Phillies making it this far is absolutely insane. I mean, first off, the Dodgers got taken down. The Braves got taken down. I want it to be Phillies, Yankees, Phillies take the World Series. That would be such an amazing time. You have Bryce Harper, who got injured throughout the year, who is now on a tear. I think as of yesterday, he was 8 for 16 in his in the division series. Just doing so well. And then just that entire team is just underdogs. Yes, I know that they have some pretty big star players. They got Schwarber, they got Harper, they got Nick Castellanos, who is my favorite player. But, I mean, it's still awesome for them to make it this far even. I don't think they were even projected to make the playoffs at the start of the year. And now they have a shot at going to the World Series. Yeah, I think they lost yesterday, but, I mean, no, they didn't, did they? No, they did, because they gave up 5 runs in 1 inning to lose the lead. But I think they can get it back, in all honesty. It'll just be super interesting to see. And, yeah, This past week, I had my girlfriend come visit me in New York City, and I'll get to why this is sort of sports related in a little bit. Because we went and saw two shows on Broadway: Moulin Rouge, which absolutely amazing, loved it, and The Book of Mormon, which I had already loved. It's still my favorite musical, but I think it's impossible for the people who ride like the little bike taxis to play anything not New York related. I don't know how many times I heard Empire State of Mind. Like, yeah, we get it. It's Jay-Z talking about New York City while you're in New York City. Oh my God, it's so meta. Who the hell cares? Play something other people want to hear. But in the sports related thing, I don't know how many times I heard I Got a Feeling about the Black Eyed Peas. It made it seem like that was the only song they ever created. And it just brought me flashbacks of high school baseball because before every game, that would be part of our warm up songs. Just, I Got a Feeling about the Black Eyed Peas. And it's not a bad song. It's just the fact that the Black Eyed Peas embody American music in every way possible. I mean, you have their most famous and most well accomplished member being known for doing songs for animated movies in Will I Am. Think about it. You know one Will I Am song that's just a Will I Am song. That's it. The other two are from Rio and Madagascar 2. And that's what he's most known for. Those are the things that have played most for him on Spotify, are animated movies. And then you have their member who came to replace their lead singer, who has made 3 white girl anthems, and then the rest of their songs are just about partying. It is the definition of American music, and it always brings me flashbacks of high school baseball. So I was thinking about that today, so I just had to get that out. But yeah, not fun times. But there were so many upsets in the NFL this past week that it was. I mean, you had the Jets obviously beat the Packers, woohoo! But then you also had the Steelers, of all people, beat the Buccaneers with Tom Brady, and Tom Brady has been doing so terribly. Like, it's not even funny how bad he's playing. That divorce must be getting to him because I don't know. He is falling apart. They scored what 9 against the Saints. I think he has what 4 passing touchdowns throughout the entire season. He's just not doing well, and I love to see it because I will forever be a Tom Brady hater until the day I die. He is my least favorite player in the NFL behind Ndamukong Suh. So I'm not saddened by the fact that he's not doing well, but it's just this whole NFL season has been terrible. And like, it's an actual stat that average fantasy football lineup scores are lower than they have been in the past 5 years. And like, yeah, I know fantasy football doesn't truly equate to real life football, but that just means that the offenses aren't scoring as many points, which is why this season has been so frustrating. I don't think I've watched a single game that was fun to watch this year. A single one. I don't know whether it's because defenses are getting, but I think it's because of the refereeing, in all honesty. I mean, so many penalties make it that the game just can't function, which sucks. I mean, you'll have roughing the passer calls when they get breathed on incorrectly, or you'll get holding calls that don't make any sense. You're not calling anything for the defense, and it's just because that. How are they not scoring any points? Did something happen in the offseason to just where the entire NFL sucks now? Because that is sure what it seems like, and it makes absolutely no sense to me. But you know what? Whatever. I mean, this actually brings me into my conversation about the Denver Broncos that I want to talk about. The the blockbuster trade of the offseason of Russell Wilson leaving the Seahawks, who drafted him and gave him pretty much an MVP career, to the Denver Broncos. And everyone thought this was a great move. He has such a young offense. He has a new head coach in Nathaniel Hackett. Russell Wilson sucks. Besides Justin Fields, right now he might be one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. It goes Kenny Pickett, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson. He is terrible. Can't read a defense. Just look it up of him missing wide open receivers that would change a game. He can't put together a drive. He can't make good throws. It's just in the Chargers game, he went 10 for 10 in the first half. Then did not complete more than 5 passes for the rest of the entire game. Please tell me how that happens and how you're being paid $240 million to play like a Pop Warner football quarterback. Excuse me? How does that make any sense in the slightest? Nathaniel Hackett was carried by Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. If anyone doesn't know, Nathaniel Hackett was the quarterback's coach. No. He was the offensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers. So Aaron Rodgers for sure carried him to this status of getting a head coach job. He can't manage a game. He can't do anything well. He's terrible at play calling. And he sat their number one running back last week for no reason. Yes, Javonte Williams is out because I believe he has torn ACL, which sucks for him. But then you have Melvin Gordon, who has been a solid running back throughout his entire career. He gets what? 2 carries? 2 carries on the game against the Chargers. You're giving Latavius Murray and Mike Boone carries over Melvin Gordon of all people. Make it make sense. It doesn't. I can tell you that. And I don't think Nathaniel Hackett will have a job after this season because the Broncos aren't making the playoffs. So after week 18, Nathaniel Hackett will not have a job in the NFL. But it's so upsetting to watch, and it just like football is my favorite sport. Everyone who watches or listens to this podcast knows that. But if you're taking that away from me because you make me not want to watch football games, I'm going to be upset. Like I am right now. So, it's terrible. Let's think, what other news is there? Hockey started, and actually the NBA season started, and I don't love either one of them, but I'm actually starting to get into them. I've watched a few games. I think I watched the opening day game of the NHL. What was it? Knights versus someone, I want to say. But yeah, NBA, it's been more exciting than any primetime NFL game has been so far. So how can I hate on that at all? I mean, I can't. It makes obviously they're going to be scoring points because every game goes over 200 total points. You're never going to see that in the NFL. In primetime NFL game, people might not even score a touchdown. Hence the Colts and the Broncos. So how can I hate on this sport now if I can actually be entertained? Football used to be entertaining to me. Sure, you'd have the off games for the Packers where they'd only score 13 points, but they'd still win. But my thing has always been I'll watch baseball if I care about the team. So I'll only watch Rays games, but I will watch football at all times because I find it entertaining to watch. I'm not going to watch a Jaguars Colts game where the total score is 7-2 by the end of the third quarter. That's just not fun to me. So why would I do that in any sense? It's I don't know. The NFL I feel has to do something because they're going to lose viewers. They have to. First off, for Thursday Night Football, you sold it to Amazon, so now everyone has to watch it on Amazon Prime. And you're giving them the worst games possible. People aren't going to do that. You're going to lose deals because of that. You're going to lose money because of that. They need to fix what they are doing. And I think it starts with the refs. It might start with, I don't know, increasing the salary cap so you have competent players on the same team. Because now it's just like you have a star player who can't do anything because of the offense that's surrounded in it, like DJ Moore and Christian McCaffrey on the Panthers, who are in a defunct offense, but one of the best players at each position, most versatile running back is Christian McCaffrey. He has been for the last 4 years. And then one of the better wide receivers in the league and DJ Moore, and they're useless on the Panthers because they don't have a quarterback who can throw to them. Sure, you have PJ Walker, and now Sam Darnold's returning from IR. I hope that goes well for everyone, because we all know Sam Darnold is the best quarterback in the NFL. But they got to fix something. It's just, I want to have fun watching football again and not say, this sucks to watch. And I don't know how I can make that happen unless I'm watching myself play like Madden on my phone. Who knows? But yeah, I just had to throw that out there, and it's so upsetting to me. But yeah, I mean, sports I still love, obviously, and I would love to talk to Frankie about it, but we couldn't find a time to record this week, so I mean, I guess this is what we're gonna have to deal with, but it's okay. I'm getting you guys an episode, and I think I want to do something fun in the next few weeks, kind of like we did with that Madden episode, where it's like this big production. I don't know how we'll do it. I don't know what we'll do for it. Maybe I'll go to like a game and vlog, and then that'll be part of the podcast. So it'll be like an exclusive thing, maybe on YouTube or whatever, and we'll talk about it. But yeah, fantasy football is going well for me though. I think I'm 5-1 now, and yeah, I did lose. It sucked. I lost to Frankie, but hey, he can't talk about it here, so I'm just gonna say it was a fluke, and no one can argue with me about it. But yeah, I'm 5-1. But I don't know. It's less exciting. Like, it would always be like, I'll set up my multiple screens and I'll watch every game that my players are in. And now it's just like, oh, I'll watch just the play by play and watch something else because that's just more exciting to me. But I know I keep beating a dead horse, but it's whatever. Oh, one thing. I came back today from working out because the gym that I have to go for the team workouts at for track. The gym that I have to go to work out for the team workouts for track is like a 10, 11-minute walk. But I was sweating and I had to put my jacket back on. Sweating in your jacket when it's like 50 degrees outside is the weirdest sensation in the world, I swear. Because like you're super hot, but you know you can't take your jacket off because then you will freeze to death. Keep in mind, I am from Florida, so no one come at me for doing so. But it's just insane. And by the way, I really hope that the audio for this episode is so much better. I won't know until I go back and look at it. The last episode, or whatever, the one that I recorded by myself, was just so bad. But yeah, and I'm going to get into a little pick prediction for this next week of the NFL, and then we'll send it off. So let me pull up this schedule. We're in week 7 NFL schedule. Okay. So tonight we have the Saints and the Cardinals. Both teams are at 2-4. Andy Dalton, what do they call him? Like the Crimson Streak or something? I know that's not it, but I mean, he's a redhead, so what are you going to call him? They're playing today. I'm going to go Saints are underdogs, but Saints are underdogs and have everyone out. Unless Taysom Hill goes off, Cardinals. Has to be. Browns and Ravens. Ravens always take this one. Buccaneers, Panthers. PJ Walker is not better than Tom Brady. I hate to say it, so Buccaneers. Falcons, Bengals. Bengals, but it might actually be close. Lions, Cowboys. Cooper Rush was proved to be a fraud last week by the Eagles, and the Eagles did have a close game for the Lions, so I think the Lions can pull this one out. Giants, Jaguars, Giants. Giants could make it to the divisional round this year. Who knows? Packers and Commanders. If Carson Wentz beats the Packers, I will personally burn every item of Packers clothing that I have. I swear, I will make a video of it. I'll post it on our podcast Instagram and our TikTok, but that just can't happen. I can't live with that happening. The Packers better win. Colts, Titans. I'm going to go with Titans just because I don't know if Jonathan Taylor will be playing. I think he might be, but still, Derrick Henry is better than Jonathan Taylor in every sense, and it'll just be a very run-heavy game. Texans, Raiders, Raiders, easy. Jets, Broncos, Jets. Broncos suck. I'm never going to choose the Broncos to win again because they're terrible. I hate to watch them. They suck. Chiefs, Niners. I'm going to go with the Chiefs just because Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, what can you say? They're the best to do it. They're the best quarterback, even receiver duo right now in the NFL. He's not a receiver, he's a tight end, but like as a pass catcher, the best in the NFL right now. Seahawks, Chargers. Geno's cooking right now, but I said at the start that Chargers would be my bandwagon team because I love Austin Eckler, I love Mike Williams, I love Justin Herbert. So we're going with the Chargers. Steelers, Dolphins. I know Steelers pulled up the offset. Dolphins are still great. The Dolphins are going to win. I know that Frankie would love me to choose that. Bears, Patriots. Billy Zapp, first ballot Hall of Famer with how he's been playing. So I'm going to go with the Patriots. And that will be another episode of the Amateur Sports Focus podcast. I've been Kai for Frankie, who is not here right now. Make sure you go check us out on all podcast platforms, whether that's Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts. And also, if you want to see the video version, even though there's not all too much on the video version right now, we are on YouTube, and that's Amateur Sports Focus. We also have an Instagram and a TikTok, so you go make sure you go follow those. We'll post highlights, we'll post updates for everything and just like that. And yeah, that's been a podcast. If you have anything that you guys want to ever add to an episode, take some guest listeners if you want. Just shoot us a DM on Instagram or TikTok. We'll be sure to get to it. We'll mention it on the pod. And it's been another great time. Peace.